Hey guys, I made it. I think I'm so frazzled right now. I apologize. Nothing has been working for me since I got home. I've been trying to download my slideshow so I can read it, and my Google Mail account is not working. I'm still trying to get my Google Mail to load so I can download my slideshow so I can read it off my computer. And of course, nothing's working because my farm signal is very crappy tonight. But welcome to Southern Gal True Crime. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I hope you're doing better than I am right now. Hold on 1 second. So we may just be having conversations tonight about whatever you guys want to talk about, because I rely on reading my slides from my computer because I can't read them off my little bitty phone screen. But anyway, while I'm waiting to see if oh, there it goes. Oh, maybe it'll work, please. While it's loading, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody has had a good week. I've had a good week. I apologize for not uploading anything this week. I've been working a lot this week, trying to make enough money for the week. And then today was a very good day, actually. My youngest nephew graduated. We had his graduation ceremony today. He did the online homeschool, and he actually got enough credits to graduate a year and a half early. So we are very proud of him for that. So we had we had to go to the big city, to Little Rock, for his graduation, and there were, I don't know how many were graduating, but my nephew, because our last name starts with an S, so we're always at the end of the line, and he was number 475. So, but it didn't take as long. It only took about 2 hours to get through all of them. But anyway, we're very proud of him. So we did that. Took lots of pictures, of course. Then we went out to eat afterwards, and then I rushed home, tried to finish getting my slideshow together, and it's still loading. So I had time to come home, finish getting my slideshow together. I thought I would have enough time to download my slideshow to my computer, but little did I know, or I should have known, that everything was going to go haywire just because I was in a hurry. But anyway, let me welcome everybody who is here. Miss Barbara Hall is, no, I don't want to delete the comment. I want to show it. There we go. Miss Barbara Hall is a new member. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Oh, let me get my moo cow. Let me find my moo cow. Love my moo cow. Love it, love it, love it. Always good to have Miss Barbara here. Oop, new batch of comments. Arctic Fox is here. Welcome, T. Always good to have Arctic here. If they're still here, if anybody is still here after me being late. Mickey is here, one of a wonderful mod. Thank you for being here, Mickey. I know it's short notice. Um, thank you very much. It is good to be back. Yeah, I haven't been on a lot the last couple of weeks between all the storms that we, not just Arkansas, but everybody across the South was having last week and part of this week. It's just been horrible. So I didn't get anything recorded to upload. I didn't do a live. I think I might have did a live maybe last Sunday, or I don't remember, whenever it was. So I hope all of everybody out there is safe from the storms. I did, and I think I saw her in the comments. I was worried about Michelle C because I know she is in Texas. Texas got hit hard, but she had left me a comment at, I think after the live stream that I did, whenever it was. She had left a comment that says she was okay. Very good to hear that Michelle is okay. I still, and of course, Arctic is okay. He's in a different part of Arkansas that didn't, that I know of, didn't get hit. So I know Arctic is okay. I know that Shauna Cawthorn, she pops in here every once in a while, and she mods, I think, for Miss Frankie. I know that she lives somewhere up in northern Arkansas. Northern Arkansas got hit very, very bad. 7 fatalities, I believe. So I'm praying that Shauna is okay. So if anybody out there has heard from Shauna, please let me know. And just everybody, like I said, everybody everywhere that is affected by the storms, everybody is in the thoughts and prayers and good vibes as always. Oh my goodness, this thing is still loading. All right, let's see who else is here. Miss Donna McIntyre is here always, and I apologize for leaning into the screen, and I'm having to read comments from the screen. Always good to have Miss Donna here. Yes, missing and not forgotten, absolutely. Yes, and I have a lot of missing that I was going or am going to share. I might have trouble reading them if I can't get it to load. But I may just have to put them up on the screen, and maybe you guys are watching on a bigger screen than I am, and maybe you guys can read them. I'll try one more time to get this thing to load. So welcome, Miss Donna. Good to have you here. Arctic saying hi to everybody. Absolutely. There's Miss Michelle C. So glad that Michelle is okay. I was worried about you, Michelle, being in Texas, because I couldn't remember. I know you've told me what part of Texas you live in, but I couldn't remember. I was hoping that it wasn't close to where those horrible tornadoes hit. So I hope you and yours are okay. Let's see who else is here. Yeah, Maggie said, Miss Barbara, lovely seeing you. Absolutely. Always good to have Miss Barbara here. Arctic says, yeah, Arctic said his uploads have been sparse too. Had a lot going on. Was supposed to go to PrimeCon, but had to cancel because you don't have anybody to stay with your mom. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your mama's doing all right. Hope your mama's doing all right. Sorry, I'm sorry if I seem distracted. I'm multitasking. I'm still trying to get these. I don't even know why why I'm bothering, but I just so want to get these because I have a lot of missing that I wanted to share tonight, and it just irritates me that nothing is working. Nothing is working. All right. Okay. Michelle said, let me get up here so I can read it. Says thank you so much. Absolutely, Michelle said that terrible tornado hit about 1 hour north of Fort Worth, Texas. Yes, it was just horrible, horrible, horrible. And I'm thinking, I don't know if that's the same supercell or same cells that went through Texas and hit northern Arkansas, or if it was different storms. But regardless, it's just horrible, horrible. All the storms. You know, and I've lived in a Tornado Alley or Dixie Alley, as I call it. basically anything east of like Oklahoma, Texas, all that, Arkansas, Louisiana, east is called Dixie Alley. We have a little bit of a different, or actually two severe weather seasons. But it just seems like this year has been just so much worse. Get a look see is here. Hello, get a look see. Always good to have you here. Oh, we have Mr. Steve in the house. Says hello, hope all is well. Been busy packing, setting up travel plans. I leave in a couple of days for 2 to 3 weeks. So bear with me. Absolutely, Mr. Steve. We are all you're always in our thoughts and prayers and sending you good vibes whenever you and the team are out on the road, fighting the good fight, boots on the ground, helping these families with their missing loved ones, cold cases. And I know there's not a lot you can say, but just can't wait for a time when the time comes when you can divulge some information. And but you're always in our thoughts and prayers. We got your back, Mr. Steve and Mrs. Steve, and the whole team. The whole team. So it's always an honor to have Mr. Steve in the house. So welcome, welcome. Yes, absolutely. Rogers got hammered. Arctic says Rogers got slammed, which Rogers is in the very northwest corner of Arkansas. Rogers, Bentonville, the home of Walmart, hometown, birthplace of Walmart. But yeah, that Decatur, I believe, was another in that same area that got hit. But Arctic said he was up there last weekend helping with cleanup and handing out food and supplies. God bless you, T. God bless you. Thank you so much. You are a wonderful person. Not that I didn't already know that. That just reinforces the fact. So everybody show some love. Probably already have. I'm behind in comments, but show some love to Arctic for all the good work that he has done helping out. Yes, Michelle. Michelle says, have you guys heard about the new search of Rex Humer's property? Yes. I've read some about it. I don't know details. So you guys will have to, I may just have to give up trying to download my slideshow and just try to read it off my slides the best I can. See if I can put in Rex Humerman. And I didn't even bother trying to bring up StreamYard on my laptop tonight because I'm having so much trouble. I might see if it'll come up. But yeah, I heard that they were searching Rex Humerman's house again. Now I haven't had time to catch up to see if they found anything. I thought I read somewhere that they might have had a ME out there, a medical examiner, or I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, you guys can help me get caught up. Trying to find an article about it. Put in Rex Humerman. Be taken away on my keyboard. Let's see. 4th. So on the 24th, they were still searching the 5th day of Rex Humerman's home being searched. I'm trying to find the most recent article. This one is from May the 24th. And I don't even know what today is, guys, as usual. It is June the 1st. Happy June the 1st, everybody. We made it through May. We'll see what June brings. I probably won't be able to get any articles to load. Let me see who else we got in here. Arctic says his mom's doing a lot better, but it's not good. He doesn't feel comfortable leaving her alone for too long. I absolutely understand that, my friend. Absolutely. Hey, Miss Marion Tate, good to have you here as always. As always. Good to have Miss Marion and Miss Barbara. Absolutely, Miss Marion. You are more than welcome. More than welcome. We got your backs. That's what I always say. We got your backs, as always. Thank you, Miss Marion. That's very sweet. Thank you, Miss Donna. That's very sweet too. That's what I'm here for. Try to do the best I can. Oh, article actually came up. Mr. Steve Talking Arctic says if all goes well, he'll pass through on his way back, and Mr. Stephen Arctic is gonna have a cup of coffee. I like to be a fly on the wall for that. Oh, that would be very, very interesting to say the least. Absolutely. That would be awesome too. I don't know which part. I'll have to email you, or you can email me and see which how close you're going to be. I don't know what route you're going to be taking, but I'll let you know. Or you let me know what's convenient for you, where and when, and we'll see how close we can get. Yeah, this is true. Arctic says, yeah, it's June, so in between tornadoes, we'll have Satan adjusting our thermostats to 1 million degrees. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, I think I'm caught up in comments. Let's see. We're good. Michelle had brought up Rex Heuermann. Found this article. It's from Fox 5 New York, and it is from the 24th. It says Friday marked the 5th straight day in the renewed search by authorities of the home belonging to Gilgo Beach homicide suspect Rex Heuermann. Police in the early afternoon were seen removing a large rectangular object covered in blue cloth and loading it into the back of a truck, which was parked in the driveway as it was loaded with evidence pulled from the home. Other officers emerging from the mobile command units that Suffolk County police set up on the closed-off street also carried cardboard boxes of evidence back into the home, but it wasn't clear what their contents were. A lawyer representing Heuermann's 2 adult children said the family has not been told when they'll be able to move back in. It says we have no knowledge of a set end time or date of when the house will be vacated by law enforcement. My clients certainly hope their home will be returned to them sooner than later. Victoria Heuermann, the suspect's daughter, returned to the neighborhood Wednesday with her mother's lawyer in order to collect her car. Trying to find an article about what they've been might have been removing. Be interesting to see what Mr. Steve had to say about what kind of evidence they might. So apparently, Heuermann's next court date is June 18th for a status hearing. Yeah, so if anybody out there has heard, see if I can find what. Well, I know that we don't know exactly what has been removed, but I thought I read somewhere that they might have had an ME there, so I don't know. I could be wrong, or the article that I read, I could have misread it. There's one from the 20th. What new evidence could have triggered another search at the house? Mr. C said he'll be coming back from California, so the return route is as needed. All right. I will, like I said, I'll email you, or you can email me, and I'll let you know where. I don't want to say it out loud. I trust you. Not that I don't trust, my people here, but you never know who watches these videos. There are crazy people out there, but I will either email you, you email me, and I'll let you know exactly where in Arkansas I am, and we'll hopefully can get something worked out. Absolutely, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara said, hello, everyone. I will share. Can't stay. Love you all. We love you too, Miss Barbara. Absolutely. We understand. We understand. Always good when you pop in. Always good to have Miss Barbara. Yep. Arctic says, Rex, good old Rexy boy, may be as prolific a serial offender as BTK. Yes. I'm in agreement. I'm afraid that if they can find DNA evidence, something that can link him to, I'm afraid they're going to find lots and lots of bodies on him, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So I agree with you absolutely, Arctic. Thank you, Miss Marion. Miss Marion says, like to share to all the groups. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Absolutely. I'll leave that up there so people can know what we're talking about. Here's another article from News 12 from the 20th. It says state and local police were back at the home of suspected Gilgo Beach serial offender Rex Heuermann on Monday. Investigators launched a second search of his Massapequa Park house nearly 1 year after they spent weeks combing through the property following Heuermann's arrest. That's already been a year. Doesn't seem like that long. It says, given the scope of the investigation, there are a lot of possibilities that could have triggered this new search warrant. Law enforcement experts said police could have new information related to the Gilgo 4 or the other Gilgo Beach homicides, which Heuermann has not been charged with yet. If something comes up in the investigation that said, hey, we didn't have it on the first search warrant, we have to include it on a new search warrant. There's probably new information, new leads, or something else that was unforeseen in the first one. Said David Sarney, a retired NYPD detective and adjunct professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Law enforcement officials' previous search warrants in the Gilgo Beach investigation were so extensive that some say it is hard to imagine anything was left out. Team 12 investigates previously obtained a 2023 search warrant for Heuermann's car in South Carolina. Police were looking for items such as journals, bills related to items that may have been used in the homicides, and electronics. They were also searching for documents containing passwords to online accounts, clothing that belonged to the victims, and dozens of other pieces of property. On Monday, Suffolk County's medical examiner, so I wasn't imagining it, was seen arriving on scene, which law enforcement experts say is unusual for a search warrant. If Mr. Steve is still here, he may can speak on that. It says, to me, if the medical examiner is there, that means they found something already, said Michael Alcazar, a retired NYPD detective and adjunct professor with John Jay College. Medical examiners are typically very busy. For them to be on site, there's something very revealing, something very important to the case that they recovered. So now I know I'm not crazy. Well, at least when it comes to this, I'm not crazy that I'd read that a medical examiner was there. So that is very, very intriguing that their medical examiner was there. Maybe I don't like to speculate, you guys know, but maybe possibly could have found some possible human remains or something, DNA, something. Oh, well, not necessarily DNA, because I'm assuming a CSI crime scene tech could do DNA, but maybe possibly some human remains. Yeah, Arctic says yes. If Emmy is there, there's definitely something of importance found. See, that's what I was thinking. Oh, Mr. Steve says his MO with the resources he had at hand could allow a body count that will exceed most known offenders. Yes. So the professional, we have a professional, Mr. Steve, that is in agreement with us about. Oh, I'm so scared about the body count. Yep, I'm with Mr. Steve and Arctic and everybody else that he is going to end up way up there on the list of prolific offenders. That just scares me to death. Right, so we know that the house is searched. Medical examiner was there, so uh, possibly human remains, or what they investigating is human remains. We'll just have to wait and see when and if they release any information. Scary, scary. All right. Anything else? Um, Let me go back and see once again, one more time. Oh, absolutely. Mr. Steve said medical examiners are generally requested and required before a victim is moved. See, that's what I had in mind, but I'm not a professional like Mr. Steve is. But that's kind of the line I was thinking, that is that if an ME was there, they either found something that they know to be human remains or something that they think to be human remains. Oh, scary, scary, scary. So we have it word from a professional. Anybody that's here maybe new here or watching replay, Mr. Steve, True Crime Web, former law enforcement, former CSI, so he knows his stuff. Knows his stuff. Thank you, Miss Marion. Says share, share, share. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Marion. All right. Let me see what I got going on. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, let me get my slideshow up here. Get my layout that I want. Let me go full screen, and I'm going to try the best I can to read. Temporary error on Gmail. Imagine that. So maybe it's not on my end. I'm going to do my best to read what I can from the slides, and I'll probably turn my cam off while I'm doing it because I'm going to have to lean in really close. And I feel it's rude to lean in close to the camera. But then I'll read a few, and then I will, I had to stop my cam before I did this. Oh my goodness, everything's moving slow. Right, I'm going to stop my cam. Oh, hold on. Dumpster fire. It's already a dumpster fire before it ever started. Was cutting off half my slide when I tried to go full screen. There we go. Let me make sure I didn't. No, I'm on slide 4. I don't want to go on slide 4. Okay. I'm going to do my best to read these slides. Oh goodness, this is going to be impossible. On the left is Rick Morris. He's been missing since, oh goodness, June 25th of 2021 or 22. I apologize so bad. He was last seen in, last seen wearing baggy jeans, bunched at the waist, and the shoes. I don't even know where he's missing from. I apologize, guys. Everybody's gonna start leaving in droves. But if you have any information, you can contact Canyon Investigation at 801-859-1400, maybe. On the right, we have McDowell County Officials say 32-year-old Christopher Van Colby Brown was last heard from around 6:30 p.m. on Monday, February 12th. And this is, he's missing from McDowell County, North Carolina. Christopher Van Colby Brown, 32 years old, white male, brown hair, hazel eyes. I'm approximately 5'6" tall. If you have any information, you can call 828-652-2237 or 828-652-4000. All right, let's see what we got next. On the right, we have Peyton Pickard. A Florida missing child alert has been issued for a missing 16-year-old juvenile. Peyton Pickard was last seen, excuse me, on May 27th, 2024 in the 2900 block of County Road 575 in Bushnell, Florida. It says Peyton is a non-verbal autistic. He has a burn scar on his right leg. Peyton was last seen wearing only black underwear boxers. If you see a child matching this description, please contact the Sumter County Sheriff's Office at 352-793-2621 or call 911. He is, what is it? Brown hair, blue eyes, 5'7", 100 and, I'm trying to read the small part, 120 pounds. On the right, we have Kelvin Rodriguez. He was last seen on March 20th, 2024 in Tampa, Florida. If you have any information on Kelvin, call 754-368-3627. Oh, goodness. I'm not going to be able to read these. Of course, on the left, we have Sebastian Rogers. I'm sure by now we all know his particulars, his description. Please we're trying to keep his face and his name out there, avoiding all the drama that's going on with Sebastian. Just concentrating on Sebastian and trying to find him. If you see him, please call the Sumner County Emergency Communication Center or 911. On the left, or on the right, excuse me, we have Samuel Sam Huff. He was last seen on April 30th, 2024 in Charlotte, North Carolina. He is 21 years old, 5'5", with red hair. He is also autistic. He went missing after moving from Pennsylvania to Charlotte. He had recently moved to be, sorry, I'm trying to read this very small writing, be with 31-year-old Michael, I can't read the last name. But if you have any information regarding Samuel, call the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department at 704-336-5729 or dial 911. Absolutely. Oh, finally some bigger writing than I can read. This is Lucinda Marie Sanders. She was last seen June 27th, leaving on foot from a Jacksonville, Florida mental health facility. It says she has a very identifiable tattoo of a large green dragon. Her hair color is purple, green, blue. She does say she is possibly dangerous and do not approach her. Call the police. Call 911. It says that she goes by Lucy, last seen in Jacksonville, Florida on July 27th. It says you can contact the Moody Police Department, Moody, Alabama. And once again, she is potentially dangerous, so do not approach. All right. Next, we have Layla Santanello. She is missing from Kingsport, Tennessee. I'm not going to be able to read. She's 4'10", between 116 100 and something pounds, brown hair. Layla has been missing since June 27th, 2023, when she was last seen in Kingsport, Tennessee, behind an AmeriCorp hotel located at 1900 American Way. Layla left behind her young daughter and a mother who has traveled all over. Her mother has been traveling all over looking for her. If you have any information on Layla's disappearance or whereabouts, please contact the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FIND. It says her mother is very active on social media, especially TikTok, to spread awareness about Layla. And you can follow her mom at Beautiful Disaster 101, Jennifer Santinello, to keep up with Layla. All right. Next we have, unfortunately, what we don't like to have, not the outcome we like to have. I did feature Miss Shirley Hayes on the last live stream I did. Unfortunately, this was from 4 days ago. She's been found deceased. It says a body was found today, which was 4 days ago. Matching the description of Miss Hayes, the family has been notified, and it says we extend our condolences to the family. Absolutely. So just as always, thoughts, prayers, and good vibes to Miss Shirley Hayes' family, and we'll keep them in our thoughts and prayers. All right, this is 13-year-old Aliciana Vasquez. She is 5 foot tall, 116 pounds. She was last seen on May 31st, 2024. And I'm assuming this is out of Baltimore, Maryland. She was last seen in the Essex area at approximately 11:30 p.m. wearing unknown clothing. Anyone with information is requested to call 911 or 410-307-2020. She's 13 years old, guys. Oh, and now here goes my heart. We have a baby. This is Cyan hasn't been seen since January 6th of 2023. She is now 4 years old. It is believed that she was abducted by Dominique Fitzgerald, who's pictured in the top right corner. Now, I don't know if this is biological mother, a relative, or a friend. Ooh, I'm making, hold on, guys. I'm making progress on my download here. Maybe. There is belief that Cyan could be in Florida, possibly in the Palm Beach, Florida area. So if you have any tips or leads, please pass them on to the Harris County Sheriff's Office at 1-713-221-6000. I still want to download. Come on. All right, you hear me talking to my computer here. All right. Download. I don't. I'm trying not to curse right now, guys. Yes, I still want to download. I know. All right, this is, oh, there we go. Now it's downloading. Let's see how long it's going to take. This is Ariana J. Michaelis. She is 12 years old. She is has been missing from out of Spokane, Washington since May 26th of this year. She is described a white female, brown hair, hazel eyes, 5 foot 5 inches tall, approximately 110 pounds. She has not been seen since approximately 7 p.m. on Sunday, May 26th. She may be traveling in a red Toyota Corolla with Washington state license plates number CJF1900. She's potentially in the local area or traveling south to Nevada and maybe on to Mexico. She may have her toy poodle Pepper with her. If you have seen Ariana or have tips regarding her case, please call 911 or the Spokane, Washington PD's crime check at 509-456-2233. And it gives a reference number there. It's slowly downloading. Maybe. It says 15 hours to download. All right, this is one actually that I believe when I got home, I checked my Facebook group, and I believe Miss Barbara Hall had posted this missing person in my group. So of course I included it. This is Betty Alexander. She has been missing since April 11th, 2019 from Sullivan, Missouri. It says she does have dementia. Her medication and glasses were left behind. It says Betty Alexander has been missing from Sullivan, Missouri since April 11, 2019. Doesn't have her glasses or her medication. And it says that she couldn't even check her mail without her glasses. So if you have any information regarding Miss Alexander, please call the Sullivan Police Department at 573-468-8001. So thank you, Miss Barbara. I know Miss Barbara's not here, but thank you, Miss Barbara, for sharing this. All right, next we have Tristan Marquise. He has been missing since May 1st of this year, 2024, from Brockton, Massachusetts. He is just 16 years old. Brockton Police Department is still trying to locate Tristan. He was last seen May 1st, 2024. Says there is a chance that he could still be in the local area. So if you know anything about his whereabouts, please reach out to the proper authorities listed below. The Brockton Police Department, 501-941-0200, or Nick Meck at 1-800-THE-LOST. All right, next we have Melissa Trumpy. She is missing from Monticello, Wisconsin. She was last seen on October 26, 2021, leaving her friend's house in Monroe, Wisconsin. It is believed she traveled to Shannon, Illinois, to visit her boyfriend, Derek Hammer, at his mother's house. Melissa's vehicle was later located on Bolton Road in a rural area of Stevenson County in Illinois. Law enforcement is treating Melissa's case, unfortunately, as a homicide investigation. She is 5'10", 163 pounds, with long blonde hair with extensions, blue eyes. She has various piercings and tattoos. So if you have any information, please call the Carroll County Sheriff's Office at 815-244-2835. Oh, hold on. Yes. Keeps telling me to check internet connection. I have 3 bars on my phone. I don't know why it's not a. Let me make sure I'm still connecting on my. Okay. Next we have Cassidy Haymore. She's been missing since March 24th of this year. From Greenville, North Carolina. She's a 16-year-old female. That's about all the information we have, unfortunately. But if you do have any information about Cassidy, please call the Pitt County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina at 252-830-4141. Sorry, I'm still messing with my computer here. All right. This is Sarah, a Morning Star. And I'm definitely not going to be able to read that very small writing. I hope you guys can read it, maybe on a bigger screen. But it was posted by Kayla. It says, I need the help of Facebook. And my brother's wife in New York, the New York Lockport area, has been reported as an endangered missing person. We're asking everyone to share, even if not in that area, as we are not sure if she is still in New York. It says, please do not approach, call any leads to the Lockport police or to the number on the flyer. There is a little boy depending on her safe return. Oh, that breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. All right. Next we have Madison Renee Allen. She has been missing since November 29, 2023 from Zachary, Louisiana. Can't read her vitals. It says, since her disappearance, Madison has missed Christmas, her sister's birthday, her mother's birthday, Easter, her son's birthday. It said it is extremely uncharacteristic of her to not be in contact with her loved ones. She's originally from Liberty, Mississippi. So if you have any information regarding Madison, please contact the Zachary Police Department, Detective Justin Miner at 225-963-1791 or 225-654-9393. Still trying to reload my computer. All right, now, before I can do that, let me go out and check your comment. I'm gonna get back to where I was at here. And for anybody that's coming in late, the reason I don't have my cam on right now is because I'm having to read off my phone, and I don't feel comfortable leaning so far into the camera to read off my phone. So I just turn my cam off for a minute. Thank you. Arctic said Rick Morris is missing from Toole, Utah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still. Oh, I don't know if it's a combination of my crappy signal or Gmail tonight, but it's saying temporary error whenever I try to load my Gmail. So that is why I'm having to read off my slides on my phone instead of oh, Mr. Steve has got a story here. Mr. Steve says, funniest medical examiner response I ever witnessed was during a response to a body in a bag on the side of a highway. The guy was asleep and slept through the initial 20 minutes of officers arriving. Oh my goodness. That is funny. Oh, and I can't tell you. And please let me know in the comments if anybody else does this that's into true crime, like we are. Every time I'm maybe not necessarily driving, because I try to, pay attention to where I'm driving. But if I'm a passenger in a vehicle, like when we go on trips, and I'm, riding on the bus with Little Rochers or whatever the case may be, and I happen to see a box or a bag or something, a blanket or something unusual on the side of the road, my first thought is there a body or a body part in that box, in that bag, under that blanket? And I hate to be crass and laugh about it, but that is always my first thought. Oh, it reminds me of in Seven, when Brad Pitt's character, when his wife he finds, what's in the box? What's in the box? That's what I always think about. I always think about, is there something, body part or a dead body in that box or bag or whatever may be laying on the side of the road? Oh, absolutely wonderful. Arctic, thank you. Says Peyton has been located safe. He was found up, uh, oh my goodness, he was found up to his neck in swamp water. Wow. I want to know the story behind that. So I wonder if he voluntarily went into the swamp or if he was running and ended up in the swamp. Oh my goodness. But at least he was found safe. Thank goodness. Oh, God, I'm just going to give up on my slides. Yeah. Arctic is laughing at Mr. Steve's story. Mr. Steve says when he set up, it scared the responding EMTs and a couple of deputies. I would imagine so. Oh my goodness. Oh, that would be hilarious. Hilarious. Mm-mm-mm. So did I know, or do you know what he was just sleeping? He was that out of it, or did maybe he had been drinking a little too much or something, and he just, oh my goodness, that is I want to hear more of Mr. Steve's stories. I don't know about anybody else. But we always tell him in chat during his members only that, one of these days he's gonna have to do a live stream, a members only maybe, and tell us some of his funny stories. Hartis said he'd have his phone out recording that. All right. Arctic says Sam's case is alarming. He moved to be with an older man. Okay, thank you for clarifying some of this. He left, or he moved to be with an older man he met online who had a record of violence, and the man has since unalived himself and was seen buying totes prior to doing so. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. No, sir. Doesn't sound good at all. I'll have to look some more into that. I don't know why I keep trying to get this to load. Was it they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? Arctic says, I'll keep my thoughts on Layla's mother and her concern or lack thereof to himself. Hmm. I might have to look into that one apparently too. Welcome, Chris. Good to have you here. Yeah, Chris PM me earlier and said he was working and he might be a little bit late. That's all right, Chris. Good to have you here as always. I got a late start myself a little bit. Chris says that I'm thinking Ellie should dive into Tammy Zawicki's case. I think I have. I don't know if I've done shared her case yet, or have it on my list to share. Um, but I've definitely looked into it. There's Dave. Hey, Dave. There's our friend Dave. Always good to have Dave here. Most definitely. Always good to have our friend Dave here. How you doing, Dave? Did the storms that we had here in the south, did they come up to the northeast where you are? I'll start my cam again. Forgive me for leaning into the camera. Always good to have our resident Al on the prowl in the house. Just shut that for now. Let's see who else we got. That's fine, Chris. Chris says he was late because of work. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Marion. Miss Marion says, please share, share, share. We need help getting justice for all these families in Fredericktown, Missouri. Yes, I'm fixing to, you see, I got Nick Lowry up there. Talk a little bit about him and Timmy and Durante. Dave says, even I know better not to be neck deep in swamp water. Yeah, I don't think I would want to be neck deep in swamp water. Push my camera back. Don't know what I'm doing here. Sorry. I'm adjusting things on the fly here. Yes, absolutely. Hope he is okay. Yeah, I want to know the story about how he ended up in the swamp water. Yeah, absolutely. Dave says he wants to hear about the Waffle House arrest stories from Mr. Steve. Absolutely. Oh, yep, there we go. There's Miss Marion with her red flags. Waiting for that. Love Miss Marion and her red flags. Oh, Dave says it is freezing up here still. Oh my goodness. When do when do I can't talk. Uh when do y'all's summer or whatever start up there where you're at, Dave? I know I have my middle brother's in Minnesota, and I don't know, theirs maybe starts in, I don't even know when their summer starts. Because I was up there in what month was it? In April one year, for my oldest nephew's birthday. It's been years ago, and it snowed the night after we got there that morning, and we got up the next morning, and there was snow on the ground, and it didn't get above freezing the whole week we were there. Windy, goodness. Dave said 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay. Thank you. T says, Arctic says, he was autistic, and autistic kids are drawn to water and find it calming. I'm just glad they found him before it was too late. Okay, absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Oop, I think I'm caught up in comments. Right, so I'm going to go back full screen on my phone. First, I'm going to go back out because it's cutting off half my slide. I'm pushing buttons. We might end up, who knows where we'll end up. Oh, now advance the slide. Oh my goodness. Now, hold on. I'm on the completely wrong slides. There's a slide I want. All right. So, this is Nick Lowry, one of the, I almost said, don't ask me, I almost said West Memphis 3 cases. Fredericktown, Missouri cases. So Nick Lowry was the first body that was found on the property of, and how can I forget his name? The same property where Durante Martin was found, and Durante and Nick Lowry's cases or deaths were both labeled self-harm. But Nick Lowry's body was found rolled up in a carpet. So how can you roll yourself up in a carpet after? And he had previously been threatened by the known criminal. Not, maybe it says over here. How can I forget the dude's name? Anyway, so Nick Lowry's body was found on the same property where Durante Martin was killed. Nick was the first suspicious self-harm at this location, and somehow he was found rolled up in a carpet. Although family and friends say he was being threatened at the time, law enforcement took the word of the homeowner and said that it was self-harm. There's very little information available on Nick's case. Please share. Maybe we can get some more information out there for this story. Absolutely. We need as much attention to all of these Fredericktown cases as possible. And then, of course, we have on the left, we have Durante Martin. He had recent surgery on his dominant hand. He had just earned a college football scholarship. He had no self-harm tendencies. He was found deceased in the attic of the same house as Nick Lowry. He was immediately classified as self-harm. The coroner, who apparently was involved in all or most of these Fredericktown cases, has many complaints about his work. A second autopsy said it was death by violence, and points out discrepancies from the first autopsy. The FBI Hate Crimes Division was contacted, but the case was dismissed. It says it may be a hate crime, but it's definitely another corruption case out of Madison County, Missouri. Absolutely. And then on the right, of course, we have Timmy Dees. We know he called 911 asking for help. Someone was chasing him. Actually, when the call log from the 911 call that he made was finally released, it did not say somebody was chasing me, which was what originally was put out that he said. It said, my friend is threatening me. So when the cops arrived, they didn't even look for Timmy. They saw someone nearby who had a warrant. They ended up arresting this other person. No one even looked for Timmy, and his body was found in a field 187 yards, or was it yards, feet away 4 months later. So we definitely need some attention, as much attention as we can keep on Durante's case, Timmy's case, Nick Lowry's case, all these other cases, the JP John Paul Parton case, although there has been an arrest made, I believe, in that case. JP's body remains still have not been found. So we just need to keep these Fredericktown, Madison County cases out there as much as possible. All right. Next we have who killed Sheila Shepherd. So Sheila Shepherd, and this is from Unsolved New York. Sheila Shepherd missed school 2 days in a row. That is very concerning to her teacher, her family. When police arrived at her second-story apartment, they discovered her nude body tied to a bed frame. But was she restrained before or after her life was taken? How did she pass? A knife was found protruding from her abdomen, but it was inserted after her death. And there was an unusual mark on her face. Could it have been left by the offender? These and other clues led police to conclude that the crime scene was staged. And recently, the family of Sheila announced a $50,000 reward for the identification and/or arrest of the person responsible for Sheila's homicide. So, if you have any information, and this was just before Thanksgiving of 1980, so it's a very cold case. You can call the Saratoga Springs Police Department tip line at 518-584-8477, or you can send an email to tips@saratogapolice.org. All right, this is Patricia Wall. She was 43 years old. The Pennsylvania State Police Troop R. Honesdale responded on August 28, 1997, for a homicide investigation at River Road in Wayne County. The Wayne County Communication Center received a report of a residential structure fire at a residence located on River Road. After local fire department suppressed the fire, the remains of a female were discovered inside the residence. The victim was identified as Patricia Wall, who you see there on the left hand of the slide. A detailed investigation was conducted by the Pennsylvania State Police. The fire was ruled an arson, and the manner of Wall's death was ruled homicide. So, any persons with information on this case are asked to contact the Pennsylvania State Police Tips line toll free at 1-800-4PA-TIPS, which is 8477, or you can do it online. All right, when I came across this, it reminded me so much of the struggle that Miss Barbara Hall has been through, just trying to get any kind of information on Timmy's case. Even though Timmy's body was found, she has had to fight tooth and nail, pay money out of her own pocket for any little scraps of information about Timmy's case. So when I came across this, it just reminded me so much of the struggle that Miss Barbara has been through. Like I said, just trying to get any scrap of information about Timmy's case. But this is help support Lonnie's Law. It says help us by signing the petition, and I forgot to put any of my links in here. But I will put the link to this in the description when this is over. Lonnie's Law would grant families access to read a missing person's case file after a case remains unresolved for a period of 20 plus years. Now, I absolutely agree with this, but I still think 20 plus years is a long time to not let at least the family members, and this is just my opinion. I'm not a professional or anything like that, but 20 years. So Lonnie's daughter, Allison Murray, states there is nothing active about an unresolved or about an unsolved crime after 20 years. Lonnie's Law would offer families the right to understand what has been done to solve their loved one's case. It also offers the family the possibility of making connections that otherwise may not have been known. Essentially, Lonnie's Law offers a new set of eyes for a case that has been cold for far too long, and it provides a sense of comfort to the grieving family that the case has been given proper investigative attention. So the link is www.change.org/Lonnie's Law. So if any mods are in here, maybe you can grab that link and throw it in chat. If not, I'll put it in the description box, and I'll also try to remember to post it on my community page or community board. All right, so in a little bit of current news, the stepfather of Madalena Kajikari, he was found guilty by jury for failing to report the disappearance of Madalena. In November of 2022, she was last seen getting off the school bus before going missing. The stepfather is only charged and convicted of failing to report the disappearance of his stepdaughter. He was sentenced to 30 months of supervised probation, and as part of that probation, he will need to try to pay his defense attorney back. I'll pay him money. But at any rate, Madalena, she is still missing. She has not been found alive or deceased. So 22, 2 years now, almost 2 years. She is missing. All right, let me go back out and get caught up in your comments again, if anybody's still hanging in there. Once again, I'm going to stop my cam for a minute. I feel like I'm leaning in. because I do have to lean in more to read the comments. Let's see here. Get back down to where I was. Okay. Thank you. I can't. James Wade. Yes, I cannot believe I forgot James Wade. Yes. So James Wade, James Wade's house was where they found Nick Lowry's body wrapped in the rug. But yet it was ruled self-harm. James Wade's house is also where Durante Martin was found, once again ruled self-harm, even though Durante's dominant hand was in a cast from basically his fingertips up to his elbow. And I have done deep dive live streams for Timmy D's case and Durante's case. You can find them in the Fredericktown, Missouri case playlist. I encourage you, please watch them. A lot of other wonderful creators have also done videos and live streams on Durante's case and Timmy's case. The Lawless Files has done an excellent job on Timmy's case, sharing Timmy's case. So I encourage you, please go check out any and all anything you can find on Durante's case and Timmy's case, Nick Lowry's case, J.P. Parton's case, all the other cases that I haven't even delved into yet from Fredericktown. But yes, James Wade is the homeowner in question. Oh, Arctic, I can't. Well, I guess I can put it up. I can't read that word out loud. But Arctic said, I'm up here mashing buttons. We're likely to end up on Mars, parked next to one of Elon's rockets. Oh goodness, you cracked me up, T. You cracked me up. Yes, thank you. Yep, Miss Marianne. Yep, James Wade, Fredericktown, Missouri. Absolutely. Yep, you're right, T. From everything I've read, Arctic said in Missouri, if you pass away, it's either going to be classified as self-harm or OD. Yep, it's just absolutely, Miss Marion. Justice for Fredericktown, Missouri, and their families. Dave says, need to find that phone. Oh, you talking about Timmy's phone? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, Miss Marion, Justice for Families in Fredericktown. Yep. Oh, well, wrong one, but that's okay. Oh, Chris has their red flags on Sheila Shepherd. Absolutely. Miss Marion, justice for all our loved ones. Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you, T. There's the Lonnie's Law link. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Michelle says, I think 5 years will be plenty. Yes. I'm telling you. Oh. I mean, to me, and this is just once again my opinion, but in my opinion, if law enforcement says that they followed every lead, they've exhausted every lead, they've gone as far as they can, they're going to maybe not put it away completely, but set it to the side until something else comes up. No matter if it's 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, how many, months, whatever, they should release information. Like I said, at least to the family. If they don't want to release it to the public, fine, but release it to the family. Let the family look at it and see, because it's like they said, you never know. The family may see something that jogs their memory, or a name or a place or something that is familiar to them, that means something to them, that might not necessarily mean something to law enforcement, not by their fault, but just because they didn't know that, there could be a connection, but the family knows there may be a connection to this person or this place or something. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Michelle. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, everybody's got the link in for me. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Michelle says, agree, as soon as it is considered cold. And see, and I still don't know, and it may vary by police department, state to state, by department, when do they consider it cold? Is it when they have followed all the leads, exhausted all the leads, all the tips, and they're at a standstill? Maybe that's when they consider it cold. I don't know. All right. Chris says, when people join cold cases, which is an excellent group, I'm in it. I suggest you, if somebody wants to, can grab the link to that cold cases Facebook group. But Chris says, when people join cold cases, which is one of the Facebook groups I run, that's a question I have to join. I think I remember that. Is when do you consider a case a cold case? Absolutely, that is the most important thing. Michelle says, and more importantly, the family can see if they did follow through every lead or not. Absolutely. And I believe that was what one thing they mentioned in Lonnie's law is, yeah. So the family can, transparency, total transparency to see if law enforcement did follow every lead. Absolutely. All right, let me go back full screen here. Oh goodness, let me see if I can find this article and bring it up. Let me turn my cam on since I don't think I'll have to lean back into the. Shouldn't have to lean into the. So this is a missing Marine, I believe. Once again, I did not get a chance. I usually have all my articles bookmarked, and I'll have to find. I may not find the exact article. This bigger again. Kavion Elder. So again, you hear me pecking away on my keyboard. All right. And this was from ABC 24. Should be this one. If it'll come up. Oh, come on. Come on. You can do it. It's like the little engine that could. The little laptop that couldn't. This is it. It's just taking its time coming up. So 19-year-old Kavion Elder was last seen on May 3rd. He was completing the last phase of his training for the U.S. Marine Corps at Fort Leonard Wood. It's now been, and this article is from the 26th of this month. It says it's now been more than 3 weeks since a Memphis a Marine stationed at Fort Leonard Wood went missing. Kavion Elder, 19, was last seen on May 3rd. Elder was completing the last phase of his training for the U.S. Marine Corps at Fort Leonard Wood, a military training installation about 140 miles from St. Louis. It's nothing coming up. Hold on. I don't want to check that out. I want to check out the article that I wanted to read. Hold on. Might have to find different article to read. Come on. Oh my word. Don't tell me that is the only article. Try to load it again. Oh, my word. I apologize, guys. Mm, okay. Let's see if this one will come up. What time did I start? We've been going, what, hour and a half? That's not bad. I was supposed to start at 8:30. It was a little bit after. Of course, nothing is coming up. But while we're waiting, if you have any information about Cavion, you can call the Fort Leonard Wood CID at 573-596-0696, I think it says. Let's see how many bars I have on my phone. Oh, because I only have 2 bars on my phone. Let's see if we can get another one to load. If not, at least we have the basic information. I'm so irritated. So irritated right now. I want to throw stuff. I want to throw my computer. Let's try this one. Like playing roulette. Oh, my goodness. Did it load? There we go. Okay. So this one is from ky3.com. A Tennessee family searching for answers after Marine disappears from Fort Leonard Wood. And this one is from the 22nd. A Tennessee family wants answers after a Marine disappeared from Fort Leonard Wood. Private First Class Cavion Elder was last seen on May 3rd. An official, trying to get rid of ads. An official with the United States Marine Corps in Quantico, Virginia, tells us Cavion missed lights out on May 3rd and was missing from the on-hand roll call the next morning. His family made the trip from Memphis searching for answers. His father, Fred Elder, says the Marine outpost has launched a nationwide bulletin. He's been missing again for the past 3 weeks with no new updates. We need answers overall, said Elder. Cavion's father is a veteran. He served in the Army. And on this Memorial Day, all he wants is his son back. He says, I'm feeling empty because I don't know the whereabouts of my son, and we don't have any new updates from the Marines. PFC Elder's father said when he tried to get on a plane from Camp Lejeune to Camp Fort Leonard Wood for MOS school, he had an unexpected mental breakdown where he briefly lost track of reality. Mentally, he wasn't there, said Elder. It's like he had a full mental breakdown because he had a memory loss, and I'll be specific with you. His words were like, I'm seeing red, I'm seeing blue stars. He couldn't remember his sibling's name, his cousin's name, even his grandparents' name. After weeks with no updates, the family made the long drive with posters, passing them out to passerby and posting them on local businesses, hoping someone with information would come forward. He's young, said PFC Elder's aunt, Vita West. He needs that support from not just family, but from everybody. Spread the news, very important. He's out there. He probably does not know what to do. I can't stress that enough. Cavion, and if you're watching, please contact your family. PFC Elder and his 13-year-old brother Elliot are close, and now he wishes his brother would come home. When he's around, it makes me comfortable, said Elliot. When he's not around, I'm uncomfortable. I'm always worried. I'm wanting to know where he's at. The family believes Elder could be in Memphis, which is his hometown. Investigators told his father that a Memphis area code phone number was opened in Kavion Elder's name. Kavion is 19 years old, 5'6", 140 pounds. And his family is urging anyone with information to call 911. So that is, unfortunately, it sounds like he was having some mental problems, maybe a mental breakdown for some reason, according to his father. Very, obviously very worrisome. So we'll please share, as Miss Marion and Miss Barbara say, and hopefully they can find this young man and bring him home safely. Go back out right quick and get caught up on some comments. Get back down to back to where I was. Okay. Thank you, T. T put in the link to the Cold Cases Facebook group. I urge anybody, please join. I get lots of information and stories, missing and cold cases to share with you guys from the Cold Cases Facebook group, along with the many others that I'm in. Absolutely. Dave says, amazing when you think about it, how many cold cases there really are. Yes, there are just, I'm telling you, all these missing and cold cases that I put in my slideshow today, except for these with the articles, these last ones here, I found in the Facebook groups, and it's just not, the tip of the iceberg. I could do a 3 or 4 hour live 24/7 and still not be able to share with you guys all the missing and cold cases that I just find just from the Facebook groups. Not to mention getting on the Google machine and just searching, cold cases, missing persons. It's just so sad how many there are out there. I tend to agree with you. Arctic says, so sad that Kavion's case isn't getting any attention. If it was a white Marine missing, there would be plenty of coverage. Unfortunately, I tend to agree. Chris says he's got red flags on Kavion's case because the Marines should investigate this case. Dave said he doesn't have an Alan the Proud Facebook page yet. You should do one, Dave. Oh goodness. Oh, absolutely. Arctic put in a link to his coverage on Kavion's case. Thank you. Yes, definitely check out Arctic's channel. Excellent channel. He does wonderful work along with Dave, Alan the Prowl. Please check out Dave. Absolutely check out True Crime Web. Okay. Mr. Z says, sorry, stepped away for a few, went to encourage Farmer to not be discouraged with his channel. Who's if somebody wants to, if somebody already hasn't done it, definitely put in a link to that channel. I don't know which channel that is, but I trust Dave. Dave said Farmer is awesome. Yes, we want to go give Farmer all the encouragement. Most definitely. Sometimes I get discouraged. Not necessarily with obviously not with you guys, but just I get discouraged with myself for not always having the time to do everything that I want to do to share with you guys on here. Just like this is the first thing I've been able to do this whole week. But yeah, but then I say there's so many missing out there in cold cases that need attention that I want to give attention to and share with you guys. And so I get on here and do it. I do what I can. But yeah, most definitely. Let's go give, if somebody can grab the link to the channel, most definitely we can go show some love and some encouragement to Farmer. Mr. Steve said, I think he's absolutely one of the brightest and funniest people I know. An endorsement from Mr. Steve is aces to me. Aces to me. If Mr. Steve endorses somebody, absolutely. See, and this is the problem. And this, I don't necessarily get discouraged by this because I just, you know, the people who want to go watch the drama and the tragedy pimps, more power to them. But Arthur said it is easy to get discouraged when it seems like all people are interested in watching is the drama and the tragedy pimps. Yeah. Which I guess I can say to a degree that is discouraging for me. Not just for my channel, but just overall, is that people, a lot of people, not everybody, but so many people, that is all they're interested in is the drama and the tragedy pimps and the misinformation. And, you know, they don't want to come to these awesome channels like Arctic's channel and True Crime Web and Dave and, I don't know, Mind of Monsters and Sunshine, and, you know, all these creators that are out here doing all the right things for the right reasons, because we're passionate about it and want to get this information out to as many people as possible in hopes of trying to make a little difference. And you know, we have some people that they don't care about the missing or the case. They just want the drama, and, you know, it's just, I understand what you're saying, Arctic. I really do. Oh, Dave says he recommends. I'm assuming you're talking going back to Farmer. Says I recommend his channel highly. Thank you, T, for dropping Dave's link. Dave won't ever drop his own link. Chris says I think it's Poor Dirt Farmer. Thank you, T, for putting in Mr. Steve's link. Thank you, Dave. Dave's trying to find it. Thank you, Michelle says she will follow Farmer. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Steve says Arctic Fox's humor is also on another level. Oh my goodness. And I still can't, once again, I still can't get Discord to work on my laptop either. But I'm telling you guys, when we get in Discord, on my Discord, and Arctic is there, you can guarantee that you're going to laugh your you know what off. You're going to laugh until you cry. You're going to laugh until you pee yourself. You're going to laugh until you heart everywhere. Arctic is definitely an original, and I mean that in the best, nicest, most awesome way. Oh, most definitely. Arctic is one of a kind. Love me some Arctic Fox. All right, let me see what we got next. If I can read off my, hold on, guys. I'm punching buttons again. Watch out. Okay, so this is Kiora Lawson. Let me try to find the article, since once again I didn't bookmark it. Oh no, mashing buttons here. K-E-O-R-A. My fingers get ahead of my mind here. Kiora Lawson, and this was from, I don't remember. I think it was this one. What, at this point, whatever article will come up, that is the one I'm going to read. So Kiara has been missing since May 1st, 2021 from Fitzgerald, Georgia. She's a black female, 22 years old when she went missing, 5'5", 140-pound, brown hair, brown eyes, brown hair, tattoos on legs. Left leg has her name, the right leg says, I can't remember. I can't read that. Sorry, I'm trying to get an article to come up. Because this, let me try another one. Let's see. Let's see, this one will come up. Once again, nothing is coming up. Any bars? I got 3 bars on my phone, which that's good for my phone. Go back out. See if anybody's got any comments. Oh goodness, come on. Let me try the Trolley Project. If nothing else comes up, usually the Trolley Project will come up. That's pretty bad when the Trolley. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. Kiora Lawson, missing since May 1st, 2021 from Fitzgerald, Georgia. She is classified as endangered missing, a black female, 22 years old, 5'5", 140 pounds. She was last seen wearing a green skirt and a green top. Brown hair, brown eyes. Her nickname is Kiki. She has her name tattooed on her left leg and the name Mike tattooed on her right leg. She was last seen on surveillance video at It's Fashion, which is a clothing store in Fitzgerald, Georgia. After leaving, she was dropped off at a home in Fitzgerald, which she frequented. She left the residence on foot without telling anyone where she was going, and she has never been heard from again. Her family reported her missing on May 14th. They stated it was uncharacteristic of her to be out of touch. She left behind a 1-year-old son, and her loved ones don't think she would have abandoned him. She did not have a cell phone or any credit or debit cards, making it difficult to trace her through records. But authorities do not believe that she is still in the Fitzgerald area. Authorities stated there are multiple persons of interest in her disappearance, one of whom is now deceased, and her case remains unsolved. Let's see if I'll go through here if I can get anything to come up. Nope. I'll try one more time. Just wish for once something will cooperate with me tonight. Oh, there we go. It came up. All right, this is from WALB. It is from May 15th. So it's been 3 years since Kiora Lawson, 22, went missing, and investigators are still pushing to find out what happened to her. Police say Lawson, also fondly known as Kiki, was last seen on May 1st on surveillance video at It's Fashion. After that, police say she was dropped off at a home in Fitzgerald, where she frequented and left the home on foot without telling anyone where she was going. Her family reported her missing on May 14th, 2021. She left behind her young son. Police say to this day there are 122 reports completed in this case. Hundreds of searches have also led investigators to exactly what they find, which unfortunately they say is nothing. The last search for Lawson was done around August of 2023, so almost a year now. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation has even assisted in the case. Captain of Fitzgerald Police Investigations James Tilley said absolutely nothing came out of this. Every bit of information we got did not lead us anywhere. You follow that lead until you can't follow it anymore, and that's what we continue to do. Alethea Cottrell, who is a business owner who still has Lawson's missing person poster on display, said the young mother's disappearance has not only taken a toll on her family, but also on the community. Um, she says, I constantly pray daily until this child is found. We've heard so many rumors, but we need truth and closure as a community. Tilley says there have been persons of interest, even one who has passed away, but as of right now, there have been no arrests. For everyone who talks about her, she was so happy and so lively, and everyone liked her. She did not have any enemies, and nobody disliked her. It seems strange for all of a sudden for all these people that knew her to not know anything. So apparently nobody's saying nothing. Um, she goes on to say, we don't want her to be forgotten. I still hold on to faith that somewhere she is okay. There is still a reward set for any information that leads to Kiora's recovery. Fitzgerald police have also launched a phone app where you can find information about Kiora's last known whereabouts and submit anonymous tips. So that is some information on Kiora Lawson. So hopefully this young lady can be found. Hopefully a good outcome. Let's see what you guys are saying. Awesome, you found Derek Farmer. That sounds familiar. I might have checked out oh, absolutely, Mr. Steve. So Mr. Steve said that is his channel. So everybody, and I will be checking it out too. Absolutely. We all as creators and communities had to support each other. Absolutely. Um, Mr. Steve says, remember where you came from. I definitely remember where I came from when I first started out. Mr. Steve and a lot of people, but Mr. Steve was so kind to me, so encouraging. And I remember that. So I like to pay it forward. So yes, we will definitely go sub up to Mr. Farmer and give him some encouragement. And absolutely. Absolutely. Let's make sure we get the right one in. So the one that they put in, youtube.com at Derek_Farmer, Mr. Steve says that is the right one. Absolutely. When I get done here or tomorrow, depending on, let's see, it's 10:20. I will definitely go be check. I can't talk. Definitely be going to check him out and subbing up and supporting him. All right. Mr. Steve said he used to interview on the Sleuth's channel and always knocked it out of the park. Talking about Sleuth Intuition. Dave said if you like to watch live feeds of great horned owls and raising outlets. It's Farmer Derek. I still want to know, Dave. I still want to know what you do with the owls. You always say you're taking care of the owls. Is it some secret mission? Because you never say. I'm kidding with you, Dave. All right, let me see if I had anything else going on here. Oh, once again, I'm gonna have to make the screen bigger so I can see. Hey, Jennifer Brunton. Let me find it. Oh my God, everything's moving slow. I'll stop my cam for a minute. I'll look at stuff up. Oh, hold on, I'm mashing buttons again. Gotta get back to the right slide. There it is. Okay. Jennifer Brunton. Oh, Lordy. Hold on. KSN. Think this is it. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see if it comes up, first of all. Oh my goodness. Once again, I'm Oh, Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve's a funny guy too. I always say that. Mr. Steve said Alan the Proud's alter ego is a Waffle House cook. He could probably be, I don't know, our local Waffle House, I can't complain. They have some good cooks. And years ago, for a while, when my oldest nephew was living down here before he moved up to Jonesboro, he actually worked at the Waffle House that we go to next town over. He was a good cook. Arctic, Dave said, brave dude if he's a Waffle House cook. And Arctic said, not as brave as being a Waffle House customer. You don't like Waffle House tea? Come on, you can't beat Waffle House hash browns. Because I think as many times as I've been to Waffle House, I've maybe eaten the waffles maybe twice. I always have to get the hash browns. They've said trying to cook while having chairs thrown at you. Yes. Mr. Steve is a very funny guy. Just ask Mrs. Steve. Yeah, I can probably see just from what Mr. Steve has described some of Mrs. Steve looks that he gets from her. I can just imagine. Chris says he has never heard of this case. Well, I'm gonna try to inform you or share this case with you if I can get and want to get an article to come up. Let me see if this one will come up. Dave says while we're waiting for an article, order number 4 next time. It includes free chair throwing. Uh-oh. Mr. Steve said when Mrs. Steve is especially good, she gets Waffle House from the $5 menu. Oh my goodness. And Dave said, and fake flowers. Hey, it's the thought that counts. Hey, Paula Fitzhenry, good to have you here. Sorry I'm late. That's okay, honey. You're not late. It's been a dumpster. It has truly been a total dumpster fire tonight. We're just taking it on the wing and a prayer, living on a prayer, as Bon Jovi says. I'm just living on a prayer tonight. Arctic, oh goodness, Arctic says, Dave, food and a Jerry Springer screening. I'm down for that. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely, Paula. It is great to have you here. Great to have you here. Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Here's my Irish coming out again. Trying to find an article about this. Just one article, please come up. Because I think this may be the last story I had. Oh, goodness. Dave, you're asking for trouble. Dave said, ask Mr. Steve, did you get the spider I sent you? No, 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 no. No spiders. Oh, article came up. Oh, that's a good movie. Paula says she was watching Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Love me some Johnny Depp. Chris says he lives near Wichita, Kansas. All right, so I finally got an article to come up. This is from the Oklahoman. Oh, hold on, let me turn my cam back on. And this article is from May 9th of 2009. Swat some ads. Well, they're not going to go away. It says it's been such a long time. Davis says, I want to see the offender brought to trial. Judd, who is the victim, was a 20-year-old newlywed when she was stabbed to death May 11th, 1992. She had married her high school sweetheart Justin 9 days earlier. Davis's family will visit Judd's grave Monday, the anniversary of her passing. Jennifer wasn't there when I graduated, when I got married, or when I had my son, Davis said. She never got to do the normal things women get to do. She never had a child. She didn't even get to celebrate one anniversary. And who is? I'm assuming the Davis is maybe a relative. It doesn't say. The Judds were married May 2nd, 1992. They started dating when they were 15 and 16, respectively. Jennifer Bryan graduated from Pitcher High School in 1990. Didn't Pitcher here a while ago get hit by a really bad tornado? I'm thinking it did. But anyway, Jennifer Bryan graduated from Pitcher High School in 1990, and Justin Judd from Quapaw High School in 1989. They had decided to live in Baxter Springs, Kansas, 7 miles from Pitcher, along the Spring River. It was a way of being on our own, but still close enough to our families, Justin Judd said. On the day of her passing, his new wife was involved with post-wedding activities. Thank you cards for wedding gifts were yet to be sent, and there was a matter of getting her wedding dress to the cleaner. She passed at the couple's duplex sometime before noon while her husband was at work. Investigators said she passed from multiple stab wounds to the chest. Her body was found in the kitchen. She was not bound, and there was no evidence of SA. Her husband said the attacker was very strong. He says the knife handle had broken off during the assault, and it was not at the house, and it was never located. She had minor defensive wounds to her hands, authorities said. Justin Judd left home at about 6:30 a.m. for his job in Riverton, Kansas, about 5 miles away. He said, I had woken up late that morning. I forgot my lunch, so I called her around 8:30 or 9 a.m. so she could bring it to me, and she never showed up. Justin Judd got off work about 2:30, and he found his wife's body about 2:45 p.m. and his sack lunch was in the front seat of the car. So she did get the lunch made. Family members think that she was being stalked. Justin Judd said after the homicide, he heard leading up to her passing, someone had been pounding on their front door and trying to get in, and Jennifer was so frightened that she hid behind a couch. Justin Judd said he thinks someone was infatuated with his wife, and the wedding sent him, the possible offender, into a jealous rage. Gary Allen, former Baxter Springs police chief and now a Cherokee County, Kansas sheriff's chief deputy, said a friend of Justin Judd, the husband, is a suspect. He was questioned but never arrested. Allen said the suspect wasn't charged because evidence at the crime scene didn't link him positively to the crime. Justin Judd was cleared of any involvement. Allen said he lives in Wichita, Kansas, and he has remarried and divorced. He is the father of a 12-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl. I have a whole new sense of what her father went through, Justin Judd said. I can't imagine what it was like for him. Right, I guess that was the end of the article. So that is the Jennifer Judd. And I wish that other article would come up because it had a little bit more information. Let me see if maybe it'll come up. Let me get to Dave said he needs to behave. No, we love you. We love you, Dave. Oh, Mr. C said, thankfully, no, he did not get the spider. Hey, Miss Miranda Lee, good to have you here, as always. Good to see you, hun. Chris said it was Bartlesville that got hit by the twister. I was thinking that, is there a picture, Oklahoma? Because I think that there was I was thinking, I may be wrong. Aside from true crime, I also keep up with tornadoes. I was thinking there was a picture. It might not have been it might have been a different picture that got hit. Oh, it's already been a month. Miranda Lee, I'll get to do my moo cow, has been a member for 1 month. Outstanding. Hold on. Let me find it. Thank you so much, Miss Miranda, for being a member for 1 month. Absolutely. Oh, it finally came up. Let me get caught up in comments again. Oh, this is the original article that I'd found that I wanted to read. So this is from fourstateshomepage.com, and it is from May 14th of 2023. A young bride's death remains unsolved. Baxter Springs, Kansas. Cloudy skies and spring rain showers do not dampen the memory of a sister, daughter, and a friend to so many people. Jennifer Bryan Judd was fatally stabbed on May 11th, 1992. No one has been brought to justice in the 31 years since Jennifer's passing, and a $5,000 Kansas Bureau of Investigation reward remains active. Amanda Davis and Kaylani Bryan, Jennifer's younger sisters, are reminded of how many of life's milestones she has missed. We remember Jennifer every day, Davis said. I hope somebody will come forward, even if it's small information. Smallest little, even if you think it's insignificant, it's not. She says, I hope somebody will come forward, even if it's small information, and go to the police. Our family grieves deeply every day. Amanda was a teenage bridesmaid, and Kaylani a flower girl, as Dale Bryan walked his oldest daughter down the aisle on May 2nd, 1992, to marry her high school sweetheart, Justin. On the day of her passing, 20-year-old Jennifer spent the morning setting up the couple's new home in Baxter Springs and attending to post-wedding activities, thank you cards, wedding gifts, sending the dress to the cleaners, to be preserved for hopefully a future daughter's wedding. As we said, Justin, her husband, left around 6:30. He forgot his lunch. He called to see if she would bring his lunch. She never showed up. He came home. Unfortunately, he found her body. Gary Allen, former Baxter Springs police chief, said on Thursday, at the time of the slaying, Justin Judd was cleared. The husband was cleared of any involvement. The police chief, Allen, said, I think of her case often. Allen, who's been out of law enforcement, said the Kansas Bureau of Investigation provides updates on the case. Says convicted SAer and offender Jeremy Jones was once a person of interest in Judd's slaying, and he did confess. Investigators said the motive was unrequited love, and he did live near the Judd's duplex. Jones publicly recanted the confession to the media. Today, he does say on Alabama, on the DP, for the SA and homicide of Lisa Nichols of Turnerville, Alabama. I listened to his confessions while investigating the homicides of Danny and Kathy Freeman, said Gary Stansel, Craig County, Oklahoma investigator. It fits his pattern of assaults on women, Stansel said. Stansel said in the video interview, Alabama investigators asked Jones 3 questions on behalf of the Kansas Bureau of Investigation. One question was why there were 2 knives used in the attack, Stansel said. And he said one broke. Mobile County, Alabama Sheriff Birch remembers Jones well. He spent hours interviewing Jones in connection to a dozen offenses in Alabama, Georgia, and Louisiana. He, talking about Jones, knew details about Jennifer. He watched her husband leave for work that morning. Jones was also asked to describe the layout of the duplex and the location of Jennifer's body, he said. He drew an exact diagram, Birch said, referring to Judd's duplex. Today, Amanda will support Kaylani as she takes the Fort Scott Community College women's softball team to the district tournament. The 2 sisters support each other's milestones, whether it be a tournament trophy or Amanda's two children's academic and athletic honors. They believe Jennifer would have been there at the ball field. Absolutely. If you have any information on this case, you can call the Baxter Springs Police Department, Cherokee County Sheriff's Office, or the Kansas Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-KS-CRIME, which is 1-800-572-7463. So that's the original article that I wanted to read to you because it gave the information about this Jones guy, who had some details, but you have to be careful when suspected or potential offenders know details, because it could be something that was known to the public that was maybe released in news stories. But the thing he said about when one of the questions they asked was why two knives were used, and this Jones guy said one broke. Now, if that was not released to the public, if that was one of the, because in all these cases, we know that police hold back certain little details just for these kinds of reasons. So if that was the detail that they held back, that there was a knife that was broken and it was not found at the scene, it could be something. Could be something. But anyway, I would love to know what you guys think. All right, let me get caught up in the comments again. Once again, I'm going to stop my cam while I'm leaning into the screen. So I think that was yeah, that was the last case, or the last story I had to share. So we can just talk about whatever. Let me get caught up in y'all's comments. Uh-oh. Dave said he will become a member soon. His card was frauded again. That's all right. That's all right. Look, I'm not going to sit here and beg for people to join or to donate. It's just, you know, if you can become a member, absolutely, that's wonderful. If you can donate, that's wonderful. If you can't, that's fine too. I don't do this for the money. I don't do it for the money. But I'm sorry your card got frauded again, Dave. I remember here a while back, you were talking about that when that happened. Thank you. Chris said, yes, there is a picture, Oklahoma. Maybe I think that's the one that I'm thinking about that got hit by a tornado. It's been a few years. Oh, thank you. You too, Dave. Yeah. Dave said we need to do a live with Mr. Steve, Arctic, me, Southern Gal, and anybody else. You too, Dave. Sunshine, Mind of Monsters. Absolutely. We could have us a good old panel. You, me, Mr. and Mrs. Steve, Arctic, Sunshine. Anybody else who wanted to join in? I'm probably missing somebody. Absolutely. We'll probably have to do it on one of you, somebody else's channel, because if we tried to do it on mine, I would feel horrible if we were in the middle of doing a live stream with all these wonderful panel guests, referring to Dave and Mr. and Mrs. Steve and Arctic and Sunshine and whoever. I would hate for my crappy internet to crap out in the middle of it. But yeah, that would be absolutely awesome. Chris, oh, where'd it go? There we go. Chris said Jennifer's case might fit another offender. Which offender are, do you have another offender in mind, Chris? I'm gonna have to look some more. I just came across that one or those few articles about that case. So I might have to take a deeper dive into it and see what I can. Arctic says he's down for doing a live. Absolutely. Miss Paula says prayers to the family and friends. Absolutely, ma'am. Yes, the darn Google machine. I'm telling you, the darn Google machine is about to drive me crazy tonight. All right, does anybody have anything else you want to talk about? What's going on? Anything I've missed? I've missed a lot this last couple of weeks. We talked about Heuermann, Rex Heuermann. We talked about Heuermann's house being searched again. Thank you. Mr. Steve said he will share his Google machine knowledge with everyone. I would say something, but I don't want to be mean to Mr. Steve. No, Mr. Steve is doing good on the Google machine. Awesome. If I can get on Discord, thank you, T. Arctic said he dropped pics of the tornado damage in Rogers in my Discord. Yeah, just from what I've been hearing on or seeing on what they've been showing here in Central Arkansas. Horrible, horrible. Paula says national news. Yeah, Paula, we can talk about whatever. Any kind of true crime that you guys know about, or if I can get the Google machine, if you give me a case or something, I can. Absolutely, Dave. Yeah, Paula, I can look at. We can talk about whatever until you guys get tired. We've been on here just a little bit over 2 hours. Yes, Dave. Rogers got hit very hard. Rogers, Decatur, and what was the other one? There's another. Um, yeah, Paula, I saw that. We'll try to stay away from the political stuff, though. I don't want to. Yeah, yeah. I did see that though. We'll stick to true crime. Um, Chris says I'm thinking BTK. You talking about Jennifer's case? Um, Possible. Anything's possible. I found out. It's one thing I find out with true crime. Anything is possible. Yes, Dave says hurricane season just got going. I know. With the severe weather season, as far as tornadoes and severe weather, I hate to see what hurricane season is going to bring. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Paula. Well, Paula says anything new on the West Memphis 3 case. Let me look. Not that I have seen, except they're once again still uh still trying to get the evidence tested now that the Arkansas Supreme Court ruled that it could be tested, but Crittenden County 12th Judicial District is still fighting tooth and nail not to get it tested. So let me see. That's the last that I've heard. Yeah, new DNA testing can be requested. We've gone over that. What is the last thing? Paula, what's the last thing you've heard on it? I'm not seeing anything new on West Memphis except for the fact that they ruled it can be tested, but it's just getting it tested. So we got the Innocence Project responds to the court ruling. Dave said the hell that family went through. What family are you talking about, Dave? Yeah, Arctic says some poor places get hit with tornadoes and hurricanes at the same time. Just proof that Mother Nature can sometimes sneeze and fart simultaneously. That's one way to put it. Yeah, and where I live in central Arkansas, when depending on where the hurricane, what part of the Gulf Coast the hurricane makes landfall at, sometimes here in Arkansas we get, when it goes more on land, unfortunately we get the tornadoes from it. So, right, Chris says that BTK was active in that time frame. In that area, yeah, because it was Oklahoma and Kansas, yeah. Like I said, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Paula says, I heard that too. The ACLU should get involved. So, I'm telling you, somebody in this West Memphis 3, and y'all gonna get me on a tangent here when it comes to this West Memphis 3 thing. Somebody from and I don't even know I mean, who can do what, but somebody from the outside, because apparently there is a new prosecutor or whoever it is that makes the decision in Crittenden County, the 12th Judicial District in Arkansas, that makes the decision, yes, test it. And apparently she is not interested in testing it. So I don't know who can come in, and if anybody can come in and overrule her, or what can be done. It's just drives me batty. Drives me batty. Oh, okay. Dave was talking about BTK's family. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely have to feel sorry for the families of serial offenders. I agree, Dave. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chris says, what about Scott Peterson latest news? Is there anything new on Scott Peterson? Let me look him up. Let's see what Scott Peterson's been up to. Yeah, because didn't the Innocence Project, aren't they, so speaking of the Innocence Project, aren't they involved with Scott Peterson's case now? Yes. Miranda says, please do not let Scott Peterson get out of prison. Absolutely. Absolutely. Turn my cam off for a minute. Oh, goodness. See if I can get anything to come up. Because the last they've said he is 50-50 on Scott, on Peterson, about guilt or innocence. See, I haven't, obviously, I've heard of the case. I know of the case, but and I know. Oh, Miranda's calling Dave out. She says, Dave, you think everyone is innocent. Oh, goodness. All right, let me, come on. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I told you guys I don't beg for money, but maybe y'all should donate so I can get some Wi-Fi. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not begging for money. Chris says he's divided on Peterson. Miranda told Dave he needs to spend more time with Mr. Steve. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so bad, Arctic. I'll let y'all read that. Paula says she's not completely sure where she is on the Scott Peterson case. Oh my goodness. Oh, here's one from 2 days ago. If it'll come up, so Scott Peterson granted new DNA test in effort to prove innocence. So we'll see if this comes up. Oh, it comes up. Okay. This is from the Los Angeles Times. Scott Peterson. Okay, so Scott Peterson suffers big setback in effort to prove that he did not take the life of his wife and unborn child. And this is from the 30th. So what, 2 days ago? Scott Peterson's quest to prove his innocence in the notorious taking of life of his pregnant wife and unborn son has been considerably narrowed. A judge weighing evidence in a last-ditch bid to exonerate Peterson in the homicides ruled this week that one item collected 20 years ago in connection with his homicide trial could be retested for DNA. So one item. Now, I don't know how many items they had originally, but a judge said that one item can be tested. The Los Angeles, so it's not the National Innocence Project, it's the Los Angeles Innocence Project, a nonprofit legal group, is seeking to clear Peterson in the homicides of Lacey Peterson and their unborn son, Connor. Peterson's new legal team had asked for testing of more than a dozen pieces of evidence they say could point to other suspects in the slaying. And maybe, I don't know if they're referring to the supposed, this alleged burglars, or there was some kind of burglars or somebody that was supposed to have been running around stealing and on the day that Laci disappeared or something. I don't know if that's who they're referring to. San Mateo County Judge Elizabeth M. Hill granted only one request for DNA testing on a piece of duct tape found with Peterson's body, Laci's body, which had been dumped in the San Francisco Bay. New testing on a key piece of evidence, a mattress recovered from a burned out van used in a burglary near the Petersons. Sorry, an ad popped up. Near the Petersons' home was not granted. The duct tape that will be examined is about 15 inches long and was stuck on the right thigh of Laci Peterson's pants. It was tested in 2013, but Hill ruled that technological advances for even smaller pieces of DNA may yield previously unobtainable results. According to Peterson's lawyers, quote, a section of the duct tape that was folded over onto itself underwent DNA testing and the presence of human DNA was found, but no DNA profile could be obtained. Peterson listened to the hearing from Mule Creek State Prison. Now 51, he was convicted in 2004 and then initially sentenced to the DP, but that sentence was overturned, and he is now serving life without parole. Laci Peterson vanished on Christmas Eve 2002. She was 8 months pregnant at the time with the couple's first child. So it just goes, the rest of the article is, okay. Key to the Innocence Project's efforts in retesting evidence in the Peterson case is a stolen van that was set on fire on December 25th, 2002 in Modesto, a day after a burglary near the Petersons' residence. Inside the van was a mattress with what one investigator said appeared to be bloodstains. The Innocence Project alleges that it has evidence from the owner of the van, which was found a mile from the Petersons' home, showing it did not have a mattress inside before it was stolen. Prosecutor David Harris said Peterson's team was seeking a do-over, and that it was not fair to the victim's family who have been traumatized. He argued that testing showed no blood on the mattress and the defense lacked any, quote, actual evidence. On Wednesday, Hill agreed with prosecutors in denying testing of the mattress and 12 other items submitted by the Innocence Project. The judge ruled that the mattress did not show signs of blood when it was tested in 2019. She also rejected testing for a hammer and a work glove recovered from a burglary near the Peterson home, as well as the contents of a Target bag found near Laci's body and a black tarp. Paula Mitchell, executive director of the Innocence Project, told the judge that Peterson's 2004 conviction was based entirely on circumstantial evidence with no weapon, no witness, and no determination of the cause, time, or date of passing. She argued that new technology could yield DNA evidence, calling the testing a no-brainer in this case. Hill has scheduled a hearing for July to determine exactly how the DNA examination will be carried out on the duct tape. So there is the latest information on Scott Peterson. And let's see, once again, I'll turn off my cam because I'm gotta lean in. Get back down to, Yeah, it's absolutely right, Dave. Dave says innocent people get charged for crimes every day, and guilty people get off on technicalities as well. That is absolutely true, unfortunately. Yes, Dave's, or yeah, Dave said Scott Peterson's lawyers want to have DNA retested. Oh, there's Miss Marion. She's still here. Miss Marion says, in my opinion, it seems like that the criminals are getting away with the crimes and the DNA don't lie. That's true. DNA don't lie. Yep, Chris said there's 20 items. Dave said depends on the DNA. That is true. Dave says transfer of DNA is not always foolproof. That is true. Miss Marion says, my opinion, it is so sad nowadays that when it is a homicide, there is a bond. Yep. And Dave says, I still stand by the reasoning if Alec Murdaugh doesn't testify, he walks. I have to agree with you there. I think and I'm glad he did. In my opinion, yeah, I think his testimony, in my opinion, had a lot to do with his, or maybe not a lot to do. Well, maybe so, maybe a lot to do with his conviction. But yep, I agree with you too there, Dave. Absolutely. Arctic says, I agree. There should be no bond for homicides or crimes against kids, in his opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Anything else anybody wants to talk about? Trying to think of some things I've read. Absolutely. Dave says Alec Murdaugh thought he was smarter than everybody else. Yeah. And I say it's the offenders, I think they're the smartest ones in the room. Thank you, Dave. That's very kind of you. You do awesome things too. Almost start trying to keep. Are you going to be, David? Do you know if you're going to be doing a live this weekend anytime? Which today is, what's today? Today's Saturday. Thank you, Miss Marion. Absolutely, ma'am. You're very welcome. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, man. We love the community. We love the family members, you, Miss Barbara, all the family members that come in. Miss Erica Lotz, Miss Kimberly Lotz, Durante Martin's family. Thank you, Dave. Yes, Arctic is awesome. Please check out Arctic. Um, please check out. I'm gonna back on. Please check out Arctic. Please check out Mr. Steve. Please check out Sunshine, Mind of Monsters. You guys let me know who I'm forgetting. Everybody, I've got my friends list. Miss PJ's channel. I've got to get that put. I've got to get that put in my homepage of my channel, in my friends list. All the great channels. Yes, absolutely. Mind of Monsters, Sunshine is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Absolutely. Yes. Miss Frankie, the think tank. Absolutely. She does awesome work too. She covers a lot of trials. I just haven't, with me going back to work, I haven't had a chance to be able to sit and watch trials going on. They're fascinating. Well, depending on the subject matter. which most, I hate to say it, is interesting, but most homicide trials are interesting. Speaking of trials, just as yes, it is. Dave said Miss Frankie's laugh is awesome. It is. Has anybody had jury duty in any time in their life? Actually got picked to be on a jury. I got picked for county jury duty here in Arkansas once. Well, I was called more than once, but I actually got picked to be on the jury. It was a boring case, though. It was like a car accident case. Dave said he's never been on jury duty. My aunt, years and years ago, was actually on a jury for a homicide trial. And she said talking about the main thing that one of the main things that they decided to convict on was cell phone pings, technology. And this was years and years ago, before the technology got as advanced as it is today. Yeah. Arctic says he can't cover trials too draining and heartbreaking. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Marion. You're a doll, ma'am. We love you. Yep. Dave says trials are tough. Thank you. Miss Marion says congratulations that you got a job. Yes, I'm actually, because I did 10 years of home health caregiving, which I love doing, but it's just so not really physically hard, but mentally and emotionally hard. So after 10 years, I had to give that up. So now I'm delivering groceries. I'm a Spark driver for Walmart, and I've also do some DoorDash. So I can pick my own hours, work when I want to. I'm loving it so far. Excuse me. Arctic says that I got called once, and as soon as I told them I was a true crime YouTuber, they told me to pack my toys and go home. Absolutely. Yeah, that reminds me. I don't know if any of you guys are any of you you wonderful people out there ever watch Pat Brown. She's a profiler, but she says that she would never get picked to be on the jury as soon as she said she was a profiler. And she also believes in having a professional, and I've heard other people talk about too, a professional jury system instead of what she called a civilian jury. Oh my goodness. Miss Marion says, I got a lot of subpoenas to go, but when I went, they told me that I didn't need to tell so much of the truth. Oh goodness. Yeah. Oh, almost said a bad word. Yeah, you people, Dave. I didn't mean it that way. I don't know what I was trying to say. My brain is fried. And Miss Marion says she was never subpoenaed again. Oh, there's somebody that watches. Yes, I love watching Pat Brown. I do. And apparently, from what she said, she gets a lot of flack because she's a profiler, but she wasn't quote trained. They say so-called professionals told her that she's not a professional profiler because she was not trained by the FBI, where Quantico or wherever they train. But I like what she says. So does that mean that there can only be so many doctors or so many whatevers that have to be trained at a specific place to be a doctor? I mean, it's just, uh, yes, and she is funny. She is funny. Yeah. But yeah, it does make sense. And I think, in my opinion, she is a very intelligent lady. You know, just because you weren't trained, in my opinion, just because you weren't trained by the FBI doesn't, you know, like I said, that's like saying there can only be so many doctors or so many lawyers or whatever, just because, you know, she's basically making the point that people tell her that if you're not trained by the FBI, that you're not a real profiler, which makes absolutely no sense. But she did get a degree, multiple degrees in criminal justice, criminal psychology, you know, so thank you, Miss Marion. Miss Marion says be safe and take your pepper spray. Yeah. But the zone I deliver in is just basically one town or maybe a little bit out from town, and I'm very familiar with it. You know, I'm one town over from where I live, but yeah, we don't go into the houses to take the groceries in. We basically just leave them at the door or at the garage or wherever they want us to leave them, and set them there and snap a picture, proof of delivery, and get in the car and go. But thank you, Miss Marion. Yes, and I am always very careful. I keep my doors locked in the car. I'm always aware of my surroundings. But I appreciate that, Miss Marion. Yep, Arctic says Pat Brown is a hit or miss for me. She's a few years past her best by date, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah, but like I said, I think she's, you know, smart. She makes a lot of, you know, Um, I like watching her case evaluations. Yeah, Dave says she does get a lot of flack, and I think her, because I also like to watch Ken Mains Unsolved No More. And apparently, they're always going, don't come out right out and say it. Well, Pat does, um, but they're always giving little digs at each other, so they're always into it. Yeah, Miranda. Yeah, she brings that up too. Miranda says ageism much. Yeah, yeah, that's what she says. Just she gets a lot of flack for, you know, one not being, you know, trained by the FBI because she's a woman, because she's older. Yeah. Uh-oh. Now Miranda's scolding Arctic. Yep. Dave said Facts is great. Yes. I've watched a little bit of his stuff. I got to get caught up. Uh-oh. Now you got Miranda's all fired up here. You can I think I have an angry dumpster emoji. If Miranda, if you want to use it, you're a member, you can use it. Yeah. Artie says, I'm joking, mostly Miranda, but she's often been way off in her assessments after facts come out. Other times she's dead on point. Yeah. But I mean, you can really say that about any profiler or any, you know. Oh, I can't see. Yeah, Miranda's got the. Uh, oh, Dave says he is definitely past. You're not past your prime, Dave. Uh, you guys are killing me. You're not past your prime, Dave. All right, we've been on here almost 3 hours. All right, I'll do a little bit of shameless plugging and then we'll get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new here, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I promise all my well, most of my shows aren't like this. My videos are usually good because I can, you know, I record them and I don't edit them. But anyway, please consider subscribing if you're new here and you find this interesting, informative, educational. Please hit the like button. Leave a comment if you're watching replay. Thanks everybody who's watching replay. Thanks everybody who's been here chatting with me tonight. I really love chatting with you guys. Share, 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 as Miss Marianne and Miss Barbara say. Share, share, share. That's the most important thing you can do to get this information, very important information out about these missing persons, these cold cases, the important stuff. Share it so as many people can see it as possible. excuse me. Apparently my catfish dinner we had is not agreeing with me. You can find me on Facebook, Southern Gal True Crime. I have a group and a page. The group is more active. That's where all the important stuff is, all the missing that I post, that members post. So please consider joining. I do have a page. I put some articles and stuff on there that I find. So please check both of those out. If you ever need to contact me with a question, comment, a case, or a missing person that you would like me to share, Southern Gal True Crime at hotmail.com. Please feel free to drop me a line. If you'd like to help support the channel, all my donation links, they're not in the description box of the live, but they are on my page description. Channel, whatever I'm trying to say. The description of my channel, that page is on there. I think that is all my my shameless plugging. We'll stick that back up there. All right, let me get back to your comments. Oh goodness, what did I do? My comments disappeared. Oh, there they are. Absolutely. Did it come up? No, it didn't. There it is. Chris said, Dave, you are not past your prime at all because you're honest and sincere. Absolutely. Absolutely. We love you too, Miranda. Miranda says she actually loves us all. We love you too, dear. Arctic says he has the mind of an 18-year-old, but his body expired in 1994. I can relate. I have the mind of a 16 to 18-year-old back when I was listening, which I still do, listen to my hair bands, jamming to my hair bands and going to concerts, hanging out with friends. My mind is still there, but my body is like, nope, sister, you can't do it anymore. Don't even think about it. Oh, I don't think Miss Heather will call you an old coot. Us women got to stick together, Dave. Sorry. Tell Miss Heather hi for us. Thank you, Miss Miranda. That's very sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. It's always a great time on your lives too. Absolutely, sir. Thank you. Oh, Miranda's got all the emojis going. Yes, absolutely. Miranda is awesome. Miss Miranda is awesome. Absolutely. Everybody have a good night. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, I am going to get out of here. I'm going to get my if I can push the right buttons. Get my outro ready. I'm gonna love you guys. I think I'm gonna take off for work tomorrow so I can get some videos recorded for this coming week. I gotta get my Missing Person Monday video recorded. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for a case of the week. I haven't done a case of the week in 2 or 3 weeks now. And whatever else I can find to do. So definitely be looking for my Missing Person Monday video. I'll probably do it as a premiere sometime Monday evening. So until then, I love all you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everybody watching replay. Thanks for everybody lurking. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Be careful out there. Take care of your fellow human beings. That's the most important thing we can do. I'll see ya. Bye.